I did just try and film a recipe video. I was in my kitchen trying to do the intro, and the light, like the winter lighting is finishing me off, like finishing me off. Oh, why is it coming from that way? Hi guys, welcome, the light. Anyways guys, today we are, oh my god. Hi guys, welcome back to, anyways, today I'm sharing 4 of my, bollocks. Can I hold it like this? There we go. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm actually gonna have to film the video like this to block the sun out. Oh, for fuck's sake. Now we're in the bedroom and we're doing a Q&A. So lucky for me, I asked you guys a couple weeks back for your questions. And do you know what I love about having you guys as an audience is that I don't get questions like, oh Miles, what foods are high in calcium and zinc? Like, no, you guys want to know the nitty gritty, and I'm here for it. I think this is the first video I've ever filmed where I'm not wearing a hoodie, and to be honest, I feel quite lonely and lost and confused. I don't feel like myself. I feel like I've lost my identity. But one of my goals for this year is just to push the boundaries, you know. And it's cold in here, so I'm wearing a polo. It's not a polo neck. What do you guys call it in the States? A turtleneck. I'm wearing a turtleneck. Anyways, let's get into your. I haven't read these yet. I'm just gonna like try and pick the, I don't know, I guess the most interesting ones for you, but also for me, because I've said before that I struggle to sit still, so I feel like I need to be a little bit entertained myself, you know? When I film these videos, bear in mind that it's mainly for me, not you, just so that I've got something to edit. Can you make a house tour? Yes, definitely, coming soon. I guess, do you know what, yeah? Like, as creators or influencers, whatever the hell you want to call us, idiots on camera, like, you always have a choice how much you want to share, right? I don't really think of myself as an influencer. I think of myself more as an entertainer. I mean, whether I'm entertaining or not is up to you, but it's like sometimes I don't feel the need to share. I mean, you guys know I'm so open with you about many things, and I'm gonna be open with you about like some deep things in this video, but then like behind the scenes it's like, do I want everyone to know like where I live and what my house looks like? And maybe it's just like boundary issues for me, where I'm like, I share so much already. There are certain things that I should just keep sacred. Although I don't know why I think like showing you my kitchen, it would be sacred, but you know what I mean. Favorite position? I don't know about position, but basically any kind of public place. Thoughts on intermittent fasting and amenorrhea. So obviously amenorrhea is lack of period. If you're not getting your period, I would absolutely not suggest intermittent fasting. Typically, not always, because it can be due to like other health conditions like PCOS, but typically it's because your body is not getting enough nourishment. Of course, other things play huge factors like stress, lifestyle, sleep, medication you might be taking, but if you are suffering with amenorrhea, I don't see why you would want to put an extra stress on your body if you're already, you know, a female with, you know, and you're not menstruating. I know there are some idiots that still say, oh, you know, it's no big deal if you don't get your period. No, there is a big deal. You know, not menstruating leaves you at a higher risk of lots of things, including osteoporosis. So no, even though I do think intermittent fasting is a very healthy practice, and I do it myself by default, if you are someone that is struggling with hormonal issues as a female, you're not getting your period, I would not recommend it. So that's that. What's your opinion on oysters? Guys, I do not understand. Like, I know there's the big thing, like, apparently they're not sentient. Are they sentient? Are they not sentient? I would personally never eat them because it's like eating a big ball of snot. Eating oysters is like eating giant boogers. Even if they were like classed as a vegan food that was like extremely healthy for you, I couldn't even put one of those in my mouth. It's basically a giant bogey. How do you always maintain a positive mindset? Guys, I don't. I really don't. And I think if anyone tells you that they're like positive and happy like 100% of the time, then they're either lying to you or they're lying to themselves. I feel like I definitely am not positive all the time. In fact, I am someone that always gives, at least I try and give other people positivity. But with myself, guys, you have no idea. Like, I know I'm confident. I'm confident in certain ways, but like deep down, I am very negative on myself. I'm very critical of myself. Like, I always strive to do the best, but always feel like I'm failing. And I've had that my whole life. I've always said, like, out of suffering comes lessons and creativity. And if I weren't to go through these ebbs and flows of feeling very low and feeling depression and feeling pain, and really embracing it and allowing it to kind of take over. I know this sounds really deep right now, but like allowing it to manifest in your chest. If you don't allow yourself to go through the lows, then you won't get back to the highs. I don't class myself as a balanced person mentally. I do have a lot of dips. I'm sure you've seen many of them on camera already. But I'm definitely not a positive person all the time. I am with other people, at least I try my best to be, because I'm always trying to lift other people up. And I guess one of the reasons why, okay, definitely getting a bit deep here. One of the reasons why I try and lift other people up a lot, and maybe I try and do it through my videos as well, is because I struggle to lift myself up. So one of the ways to be positive is to know that I'm at least trying to do something positive. I've lived with that mentality since I was a child, and I hope that one day it leaves me and I can be a lot more positive with myself, just like I try to be with others. But bro, it's a journey for me too. We're on it together. And also, like, there's no shame in admitting that sometimes you're sad or you're upset, and there have been some really dumb, stupid messages on social media, like by people that I love recently, like saying that happiness is a choice and you can choose your emotions, and it's ridiculous. It's like you can choose your reactions. We don't choose emotions. You can react, you can choose to live your life in a positive way, but being happy is not a choice, okay? Emotions are not a choice. Reactions are a choice. It pisses me off when people say that. I'm fed up. Would you like to have kids? Yes, of course. I've said this many times before. I definitely want kids. The thing is though, I've decided I only want boys. I only want a little boy. And it mainly is because, like, I have my little Aslan, who's like my son, and I have my nephews, and then my other sister has little baby girls, and I don't know what it is about baby girls, but they are just so much more whiny. I know I'm offending, like, most of you by saying this, because I know that most of my audience is female, but you guys are hella whiny. Yeah, there's just a difference. It's like I watch my sister's kids, as in like Aslan and his brothers, and they'll just like beat each other up and like punch each other in the face and just get up as if nothing happened. I mean, not that we like promote fighting or anything, but then it's like I see the other side of my family who have little girls and all they do is whine. All they do is whine. So I've decided I definitely want kids. You already knew that, but it has to be boys. I can't be dealing with girls, especially like being a father of a teenage girl and like just all the worries, and like I don't think I can deal with that. So if there's anyone out there who has like a weird genetic condition where you can only produce boys, hit me up. Let's do it. What do you think of the devil's lettuce? Right, guys, let's talk about the devil's lettuce. Let's talk about the iceberg. Let's talk about the Mary Jane, the Mary Joshua. One of the videos I posted recently, which was doing the OMAD challenge, I admitted in that video that I was a little bit, you know, up there. And to be honest, I want to talk about my experience with it. Feel free to judge me. I know some people have, you know, they're very against it or they're very for it. I really don't care where you stand on it. My personal experience with it has been nothing but positive. I mean, you know, my whole life I've lived with severe anxiety and panic attacks, and of course that, like, I'm not going to go into it now. That was actually a medical condition that I had. I had a disease of high adrenaline. They had to take one of my adrenal glands out. But yeah, even with my adrenaline levels back to normal, I still definitely suffer with very, very bad anxiety. And for me, it's not always mentally induced. It's not like I'm sitting here worrying about things. I'm not really a worrier. Actually, that's a lie. I'm a big worrier. For me, I think the word semantic anxiety. My body is just always on alert. I'm always in fight or flight mode. And I had never experienced or tried, this might sound weird, I'd never tried weed until not last year, 2018. I know, how would I never, actually that's a lie, I did try it when I was like 17, but like that doesn't count. If I'm being really honest, and again, I'm absolutely not a heavy user or anything, but my experience with it has been nothing but positive. I definitely am able to get to higher levels of creativity. If you use it for medicinal purposes, or just to relieve stress and anxiety, then, you know, it's something that I'm not against at all. And that is one of the reasons why I experiment with it. Okay, I use it sometimes. Of course, there's a big difference between using it responsibly and being like, oh yeah, mate, I'm totally baked. Like, I've got the munchies. Let's go McDonald's. Yes, believe it or not, I do some things responsibly. I know it's shocking, but do you know what? I don't know who. This is going to be quite controversial, especially to anyone that's religious. And to be honest, I'm religious as well. But I don't know who it was. In fact, I think. Let me Google it. Oh yeah, I was right. It was good old Madge. It was Madonna who said people take drugs to get closer to God. before you leave me hate comments, I'm not saying I agree with that, but I can understand the meaning behind that. As in, for someone like me who suffers with like severe anxiety on a daily basis, having a substance that can calm my nerves down allows my mind to get to a higher place. So you could say, is it because certain substances lift your mind and take you to a different place where you're more creative and you're more relaxed and you're able to enjoy yourself more? Or is it because the substance in question massively reduces your anxiety? Put it this way, for example, lifts the veil that's in front of your eyes, which is the distractions of this world, and then you can see what's already there. I don't know if I explained that in a good way. Obviously that quote is very controversial, but it's like I can understand the meaning behind it. Basically what I'm trying to say is, for someone like me who suffers with like severe anxiety, has been on medication for it most of my life, it's the one thing that I've tried that has helped me in such a positive way in all areas, in terms of sleep, in terms of creativity, in terms of just allowing me to breathe. I know that people are going to argue like whether it's addictive or not. Of course it's addictive. Anything can be addictive. Tahini is addictive. Anything that alters the way that you feel can be addictive. So it's not something that I promote. Although one thing I will say though, for fellow iceberg consumers, is I can't deal with sativa. I need something. My mind is already on fire. My mind is always racing way too fast. It's like I need something to calm me the fuck down. I can only deal with indica based things because, again, my problem is too much adrenaline, my mind racing way too fast. So I just need something to like calm me the fuck down. You know? For how long are you going to keep dyeing your hair? Guys, I'm going to keep dyeing my hair for as long as my dad keeps making comments, okay? Do you know what? I actually do enjoy being a blonde more. But I think, when I first did it, I was like, do you know what? Do you know what, yeah? I'm gonna go blonde just like once or twice. I've done it like 4 times now, I think. And really, like, honestly, I would have stopped after the second time if it wasn't for my dad's comments. Like, some of you won't even know what I'm talking about. Some of you will. My dad is a very traditional Iranian parent. And when he sees me, he's like, Miles, look at you, you look like albino. Like, honestly, every time he sees me, every single time he sees me. So basically, I'm gonna keep dyeing it blonde until my dad stops making comments. I know it's very immature, but it's just the way that it is. If you were a scented candle, what would you smell like? Money. What is your biggest strength and what is your biggest weakness? My biggest strength is my stubbornness, because it allows me to do things in my own way, to learn my own lessons, to be the best version of, I don't know what kind of version I know this might sound weird, but I truly believe that I'm usually good at whatever I put my mind to, because I don't listen to other people. I'm very set in my own ways, and in some ways, in some circumstances, that's a huge strength, because I only listen to my own voice. Like, you don't know how much I just don't give a shit about what other people think about me, what other people expect of me. You know, voices here and there, like being swayed in different ways. Like, I have my own mind. That can be a huge strength. However, my biggest weakness is also my stubbornness, because I don't listen to people. And I know that some of my friends are going to be watching this right now, like nodding their head. I don't take other people's advice. I don't want other people's advice. Sometimes that can be a massive strength, because it means that when I put my mind to something, I'm not confused, and I don't have multiple different voices in me telling me, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Like, the amount of times that people close to me, and people that have something to do with my career and my channel, have like strongly advised me that, you know, what I'm talking about or certain videos have been way too controversial and they could backfire on me, and, you know, you shouldn't say this and you shouldn't say that, and it's like, I don't listen to any of it. So it's a strength, but it's also a weakness, because it does put up a big boundary, it puts up a wall of, I guess, you know, good advice from other people. So yeah, I guess stubbornness is my biggest strength, but it's also my biggest downfall, because it means that I don't take anyone else's advice, even when it's good advice. So yeah, but I mean, at least I make my own mistakes, you know. By the way, when I edit this, I'm probably just gonna like write the questions over the screen, because I can't be asked to airdrop all of the questions to my computer to then edit them in. But I know that some of these questions are so profound that you're not going to believe that someone actually asked them. So for those ones, I'll actually insert the actual screenshot. So, can I drizzle tahini on your dick and lick it off? I can't really see your profile picture properly, but yes. Why do you not post more than 1 video a week? Right, so I think I've addressed this before, but I'm just going to address it again. I will never never ever ever, you know, as someone that gets very addicted to things, I don't want to get too sucked into any one area of my life, and that includes certain people, certain relationships, the things I'm working on, you know, like my own business and, you know, this channel. It is my life, I live and breathe it and love it, but for me, it's like, I'd much rather post one video a week that I put my heart and soul into, and I can take my time enjoying editing it, etc. Rather than like promising you guys, okay, there's going to be a new video every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, and then just like pushing out mindless content, which a lot of people do. I feel like a lot of people lose their mind when they commit to that. Like, in my opinion, there's even people that gain weight again on purpose just so that they can recycle their own content and go on a weight loss journey with you again and then upload 3 times a week. And it's like, I don't ever want to get to that. That was a bit of a random example. You see parts of my life, you see me on camera, you see me now, but there's so much that goes on behind the camera that is nothing to do with YouTube, that is just so important for my mental and physical health. And knowing what I'm like, if I get too sucked into one particular avenue in my life, then I start to neglect the rest, and it can become quite obsessive. And again, like, you guys know why I started doing this, because I did it as just like a creative outlet, because my job was so serious in nutrition. And I enjoy this so much. For me, it's like every video I put out there, it's like, it's a project, and I want there to be like a message or a meaning, even if that meaning or the purpose behind it is just to give you guys a smile, or to lighten up your day, to give you some healthy recipes. Trust me, there have been many videos which I've made that you don't even see because they felt forced, or I've not felt passionate enough about it, so they get scrapped. You're probably thinking, like, what the fuck, Miles? You put out Baking with Miles where it's nothing but bloopers and just like disaster in the kitchen. And it's like, yeah, but those videos like serve a purpose, because I don't like to take anything in life too seriously anymore, but it can't feel forced for me. I have to enjoy it as well, otherwise it's all gonna go tits up, you know? Oh, thank God it is recording. I thought I was just talking to myself for the last 20 minutes. It wouldn't be the first time. Do you ever miss working in nutrition? Guys, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. If they're like on a scale of 1 to 10, let's just say that 10 is like missing it a lot. I'm like minus 4,374. I can't tell you how happy I am that I don't work in nutrition anymore. And that might sound quite shocking to some of you people. And yeah, like I've said before, I'll always talk about nutrition on this channel when it's relevant and when I want to, and when I want to try and prove a point, or if it's, you know, about a certain subject that's going to help people. But working in a clinical setting is something that I can honestly say I will never ever do again in my life, and I don't miss it at all. And like, for my own mental health, I just can't take life that seriously. And it's like, this might sound bad, but like 50% of people that I was working with, you know, there was actually nothing wrong with them, and they were just trying to find something that didn't exist through diet. And it's like, a lot of these people just need mental help, and that's why I talk so much more now on this channel about like self-love and the other pillars in your health, like the social aspect, the physical aspect, the other aspects in your life. Because a big part of my work was at some points working with people that had very, very severe eating disorders, and it drained me. Just put it this way, right? I would rather be, I'm trying to think of the worst kind of job. I'd rather work in Burger King and only serve the vegan burgers. Like, I'd rather work in Burger King than go back to doing one-to-one nutrition. So like, absolutely not. You literally never answered any of my questions. Now what, bitch? Are you in a relationship right now? So one thing I will say is that even though I do share like a lot with you guys on this channel, I've decided that I've made a conscious decision that I'm not going to open up about that part of my life unless like she's literally moved in with me, because otherwise, yeah, you just won't know until it's very serious. Let's just put it that way. Again, I'm not saying that I am dating someone now. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not, but it's just, that's the way that I am with that part of my life. So you can just keep guessing away. Camera's dying again. Fun times. Anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this more laid back video. Next time we will be back in the kitchen cooking up a storm. Love you all so much, and hashtag AskMiles is back, so if you have a question, leave it down below. So yeah, love you all, and I'll see you next time. Laters.